What if the fears, impulses, and hidden traits you've been avoiding are not weaknesses, but gateways to your deepest potential? Carl Jung called this part of ourselves the shadow, the unconscious reservoir of qualities, desires, and wisdom that we often deny or suppress. These hidden aspects shape our decisions, influence our emotions, and silently guide our lives. In this video, you will learn how to recognize the forces of the shadow, confront the parts of yourself you've ignored, and use this awareness to transform your life. By integrating these hidden elements, you gain access to creativity, resilience, and clarity that have always existed within you. This is not just theory, it is a practical path to living with authenticity, courage, and profound. If you're ready to explore the unseen parts of your psyche and unlock your true potential, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can follow along on this journey into the depths of your own consciousness. The shadow is the part of your psyche that contains everything you have denied, rejected, or hidden, both the fears you avoid and the strengths you ignore. It is not inherently negative. Rather, it is a reservoir of untapped potential and latent wisdom. Carl Jung emphasized that by acknowledging and integrating the shadow, we gain access to aspects of ourselves that can enhance creativity, emotional depth, and personal power. When ignored, the shadow manifests as self-sabotage, anxiety, or recurring patterns that keep us from reaching our true potential. Each moment of resistance, projection, or unexplained fear is a reflection of what has been left unexamined. By exploring these hidden facets, we uncover the inner truths that guide us toward authenticity, self-mastery, and psychological balance. Understanding the shadow is not an abstract exercise, it is the first step toward transformation. Recognizing its presence allows you to reclaim energy bound in denial and fear, redirecting it toward conscious growth. This awareness creates a foundation for all other aspects of shadow work, helping you live fully aligned with your true self. The shadow does not remain hidden without effect. It subtly influences every choice, reaction, and relationship in your life. The fears, impulses, and unacknowledged desires stored in the unconscious often emerge as automatic behaviors, emotional overreactions, or self-sabotaging patterns. These manifestations are not random. They are messages from your inner self urging you to confront what you have ignored. Consider moments of unexplained anxieties, jealousy, or resistance. These are not flaws, but signals from your shadow, reflecting aspects of yourself that seek recognition and integration. When left unconscious, these patterns repeat, limiting growth and keeping you trapped in cycles of fear and avoidance. By observing these behaviors without judgment, you begin to understand the hidden motivations behind your actions. Each encounter with this shadow is an opportunity to reclaim energy, redirect focus, and transform limitations into strengths. The more conscious you become of its influence, the more you step into authentic resilience and self-awareness, allowing your shadow to guide rather than control your life. The first step in working with the shadow is learning to recognize it. It often appears in subtle ways: recurring thoughts, emotional triggers, unexplained irritations, or patterns of self. Every time you feel discomfort, judgment, or resistance, the shadow is revealing itself, asking for acknowledgement. Your unconscious will often project its qualities onto others. That frustration with someone else, that envy, or that sudden fear might not be about them at all. It reflects unacknowledged traits within yourself. By noticing these projections, you gain insight into what has been denied or suppressed. Recognition requires honesty, courage, and journaling, meditation, and observing your reactions can illuminate hidden aspects of the psyche. Once you identify the shadow's presence, you can begin to integrate it consciously, transforming fear into self-awareness and limitation into potential. Recognizing your shadow is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing dialogue between your conscious and unconscious self, guiding you toward authentic living and psychological wholeness. Most people unconsciously avoid their shadow through defense mechanisms that feel safe but limit growth. Repression, denial, projection, and avoidance are subtle strategies the mind uses to keep uncomfortable truths hidden. While these mechanisms protect us from immediate discomfort, they create long-term blocks to self-awareness and authentic living. When you avoid your shadow, you might notice patterns such as blaming others for repeated issues, fearing failure, or resisting change. These behaviors are not coincidence, says they are reflections of the parts of yourself that have not been integrated. Every moment of avoidance reinforces cycles of limitation and keeps energy trapped in fear or denial. The key to transformation is to observe these patterns without judgment. Recognizing when and how you avoid your shadow allows you to reclaim the energy bound in resistance. Each instance of acknowledgement is a step toward self-mastery, emotional resilience, and personal power. Avoidance is natural, but conscious engagement with your shadow is what opens the door to authentic growth. The shadow often reveals itself most clearly in our relationships. When we feel irritation, jealousy, or discomfort with someone else, it may not be about them at all. It is a reflection of our own hidden traits or unresolved fears. These projections act as mirrors, showing us what we have yet to acknowledge within ourselves. Unacknowledged shadow aspects can create recurring conflict, patterns of miscommunication, or the feeling of being misunderstood. By noticing these reactions, you gain insight into the qualities you resist confronting and the lessons your unconscious is trying to teach. Relationships become opportunities for shadow integration, providing a safe space to observe projections, face fears, and reclaim disowned parts of the self. When you engage with the shadow in others, you begin to respond consciously instead of reacting unconsciously. Each interaction becomes a chance to expand self, strengthen empathy, and step more fully into your authentic power. The shadow is not a barrier to connection, it is a guide showing where growth and integration are possible. Many of us unconsciously resist emotions that feel uncomfortable: anger, sadness, shame, or fear. This resistance blocks the natural flow of energy within the psyche and prevents the integration of hidden aspects of the self. Every avoided emotion carries a message from the shadow, pointing to areas where growth and self-awareness are possible. By leaning into these emotions rather than suppressing them, we access untapped strengths, intuition, and creative potential. Feeling fully without judgment allows the shadow to teach rather than control. Embracing emotional currents can transform anxiety and resistance into clarity, resilience, and authentic expression. Emotional resistance keeps us trapped in fear-based reactions. When we practice presence, courage, and curiosity in facing our feelings, we bridge the conscious and unconscious mind, illuminating hidden patterns and unlocking latent potential. The act of truly feeling becomes a catalyst for personal transformation, helping you step into your fullest, authentic self. Shadow work is the conscious practice of exploring the parts of ourselves we typically hide or deny. It is not easy, but it is the path to transformation, authenticity, and inner strength. By observing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with curiosity, you begin to identify the ways the shadow shapes your life and limits your potential. Journaling, meditation, and reflection are tools to engage the unconscious safely. Shadow work allows you to reclaim energy, redirect focus, and transform patterns of avoidance, self-doubt, and self-sabotage into insights. courage, and resilience. Each moment of engagement strengthens your connection to your authentic self. As you integrate these hidden aspects, you begin to experience freedom from unconscious influence. The shadow becomes a guide rather than a barrier, illuminating paths toward personal growth, creativity, and fulfillment. Shadow work is a continuous journey, but with each step, you reclaim your power. Align with your true self and cultivate a life of deeper meaning and self. Fear is often perceived as a barrier, but in truth, it is a signal pointing to the parts of ourselves we have yet to acknowledge. The shadow stores these hidden fears, and by facing them consciously, we transform limitation into strength and uncertainty into opportunity. Every fear you encounter, whether of failure, rejection, or the unknown, is a guide to the energies and potential that have been trapped in avoidance. By observing fear with curiosity instead of reacting impulsively, you illuminate the shadow and reclaim the resilience, creativity, and clarity that lie within. Confronting fear is not about eliminating it. It is about integrating it into awareness. Each courageous step into discomfort strengthens your psychological and emotional capacity, allowing you to act from authenticity rather than compulsion. When you transform fear into power, your shadow becomes a source of wisdom, guidance, and personal mastery, opening doors to a life aligned with your deepest potential. Integration is the process of bringing the unconscious elements of the shadow into conscious awareness, allowing them to inform your decisions and actions rather than control them unconsciously. This is where true self-mastery and authenticity begin. By recognizing the shadow's influence and embracing its messages, you reclaim energy that was previously bound in fear, avoidance, or self-sabotage. Integration transforms these hidden traits into strengths, helping you navigate life with clarity, courage, and emotional balance. Each interaction, decision, and reflection becomes a chance to incorporate aspects of your shadow consciously, creating a harmonious dialogue between the conscious self and the unconscious mind. Through this process, you achieve a deeper understanding of yourself, cultivate psychological wholeness, and unlock the potential to live with authentic power and alignment. The shadow is not only a source of hidden fears and limitations, it is also a reservoir of untapped creativity. Many of the ideas, insights, and innovative impulses we suppress arise from aspects of ourselves we have yet to acknowledge. By exploring the shadow, we access these hidden channels of inspiration. When we embrace the shadow rather than resist it, previously blocked creative energy begins to flow. Fear, doubt, and tension transform into vision, originality, and bold self-expression. The shadow provides a mirror to the depths of our psyche, revealing the inner material from which profound creativity emerges. Artists, thinkers, and innovators throughout history have relied on this process, confronting their inner darkness to discover the brilliance within. By integrating these hidden traits, you not only reclaim personal power, but also unlock new ways of thinking, creating, and connecting with the world. Engaging with the shadow is not just a psychological practice, it is deeply spiritual. The parts of ourselves we resist often carry the keys to inner awakening, insight, and connection to a higher self. By confronting and integrating the shadow, we dissolve illusions of separation and step into a more unified and authentic existence. The shadow reveals the unconscious blocks that prevent spiritual alignment, fears, resentments, and self-limiting beliefs. When these elements are brought into awareness, they release the energy needed for personal transformation and spiritual expansion. Shadow work cultivates presence, self-acceptance, and a profound understanding of your true nature. Spiritual growth through shadow integration empowers you to live in alignment with your highest values, fostering clarity, purpose and an inner sense of wholeness. Each encounter with your hidden self is a step toward awakening, guiding you to live courageously, authentically, and fully in the flow of life. Shadow work may feel daunting, but it can be approached with intention and care. Begin by observing your thoughts, reactions, and emotional patterns without judgment. Journaling, meditation, and self-reflection create a safe space to explore unconscious material. Identify triggers and projections in your daily life. They often highlight aspects of the shadow-seeking acknowledgement. Rather than suppressing discomfort, lean into it with curiosity, asking, "What is this fear or reaction teaching me about myself?" Regular practice of these steps allows previously hidden traits, strengths, and insights to emerge, transforming unconscious patterns into conscious awareness and personal power. By engaging with your shadow intentionally, you begin a journey of integration, self-mastery, and authentic living, where every experience becomes an opportunity for growth and transformation. Shadow work is powerful, but many stumble into common mistakes that limit transformation. One of the most frequent pitfalls is avoiding discomfort, thinking shadow work should be easy or quick. Another is judging yourself harshly for what you discover rather than observing with curiosity and compassion. Misinterpreting projections or confusing fear with danger can also block progress. Ignoring recurring patterns or rushing integration keeps the shadow unconscious and its lessons hidden. Awareness of these traps allows you to approach the work mindfully and effectively, turning challenges into opportunities for growth. By understanding these pitfalls, you can navigate shadow work with clarity, patience, and self-compassion. This ensures that the insights gained translate into lasting personal transformation, deeper self-awareness, and a conscious, empowered approach to life. Every fear confronted, every hidden trait acknowledged, and every projection recognized brings you closer to your authentic self. The shadow is not an obstacle, it is a gateway to inner power, wisdom, and freedom. By integrating its lessons, you reclaim energy previously trapped in avoidance and fear, transforming it into creativity, resilience, and clarity. This journey requires courage, reflection, and patience, but it leads to profound self-mastery and authenticity. When you allow the shadow to teach rather than control you, you open the door to living fully aligned with your true purpose, values, and potential. If this exploration resonates with you, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to continue this journey of self-discovery. Share in the comments what part of your shadow you are ready to face and begin unlocking the full power of your inner mind.